Hi Ink Fam, this is Bunkies from Cheeky's Tattoo Studio, and today we are doing a review on BellaNumb's tattoo anesthetic. Now, I did test it out on myself at first because anesthetics do not work on me at all, and all I can say is wow, it really works. I couldn't take a video of that, it didn't come out very nice. So I decided to get another client to sit down for a video while I tested out on her as well. I've already prepped the skin and we are ready to go. We've cleaned it, we've cleared all the oils on there, and now I'm applying pre-ink from Tattoo Numb, supplied by BellaNumb Anesthetics. So I've done a few dollops here. It was a little bit too much for this area because you only need 1 drop per every 10 centimeters, but I decided to do a little bit more. Now there is one part that I did miss, just to see what the difference will be between the side that has anesthetic and the part that won't have a lot of anesthetic on there. So you apply this in a circular motion, make sure it's nice and in there, and then you wait for it to dry. Now that does take about 5 minutes to start working. There we go, the 5 minutes has gone by. Now I'm just applying my tattoo stencil as per normal. Right, so now that the tattoo stencil ointment has been placed on the skin, I can apply the stencil as normal. Remember to press down firmly so the stencil will fit perfectly on the skin. Now take note that the anesthetic did not at all make a difference to the stencil itself. It's not lighter and it's not darker. It's the same as what it would normally be without the numbing agent. Right, so the tattoo I'm doing in shading needles only. I'm not using line work at all. I'm just applying color saturation. And when I started, the client did say that she can feel it a little bit, but not a lot. Not like when you would do it normally without the anesthetic on there. You can feel the pressure and you can feel a tiny bit, almost like someone is writing on you with a stick or like a small needle or something. It doesn't pain. It's a bit irritating, but it's not as painful as it would be if you did not apply anesthetic to it. Now I'm not saturating the tattoo completely because I do need to add some more detail, and I do want the same colors to flow from one area to another without losing too much of the color difference there. The ink is taking beautifully. The anesthetic doesn't have any influence on the ink saturation at all, and it's not changing the color of the skin. It's just as if there's no anesthetic on there. Okay, now on this part, I didn't apply a lot of numbing agent on there. So I wanted to find out what the pain difference is between the place that has anesthetic on there and this little part that does not have a lot on there. Now, the big little paw cushion there does have a bit of anesthetic on there, but the little toe on the upper part doesn't have anything on. The client did say that she can really feel it here. You can feel the discomfort of the needle, and it is stinging quite a bit. So between the part that has anesthetic on and the part that doesn't, there's a big difference for her. As you can see, there are still a lot of open places on there. Going to apply the Intra Ink product on there in a little bit when I'm ready to saturate the pores a little bit more. Now I'm just trying to get as much color in there as I can of the base colors, just so it can flow from one pore to the other and look more or less the same. You know, just that nice flow from one color to another. So this pore was also numbed up, so my client barely felt anything on this one. As you can see, the colors are still taking beautifully. The numbing agent has not impacted the saturation at all. From experience, I have had some numbing agents that did impact the skin a little bit. It made it more swollen, made it a little bit more tough to get into, and the color didn't take quite as bright as what it did on this one. Righty, so now we are ready to go into more detail. So for this part, I'm going to apply the BellaNumb Tattoo Numb Anesthetic, the Intra Ink. Sorry, the camera didn't focus as clearly here. As you can see, that's the Intra Ink. This one you use for the more detailed work. You know, when the skin is already broken. I've applied 3 drops there, but it is only needed. Only one is needed here. You don't have to add more than one little drop there, because this area is less than 10 centimeters, and you can see you get quite far with just a few drops. So you can use way less than I've used here. I just wanted to make sure I get as much as possible on there for this step. And again, you do it the same as what you do with the pre-ink. You just rub it in circular motions. Make sure not to put too much pressure to hurt your client. So we are just going to leave this on for 3 minutes. So in that time, your client can take a quick break, stand up, stretch the legs, stretch the arms and all of that. Now we're going in for the more detailed colors. So I'm just changing up the colors a little bit, saturating the parts that we left out completely. We're adding some different colors in there. Create more depth in the watercolor design. This is a memorial tattoo, so we want it to stand out quite a bit. It's for 2 cats and a dog that's no longer with us. A small memorial that we can do for the client. Adding some purple to those pinks. So normally when you go over a part that you've worked on before, the skin is really sensitive. But in this case, with the Intra Ink, the client did not feel anything. No pain, no irritation, nothing at all. You could feel that I'm moving around there with my arms and with the tattoo pen, but the physical feeling inside the skin was non-existent. She felt nothing. Now you will get some clients that might still feel something. It just depends on how your metabolism is with anesthetic. On some people it wears off a little bit faster than others. Some people it can last a bit longer than on other people. This anesthetic lasts between 90 to 120 minutes. As a lot of people will know, white, when you do the white at the end, that is the most painful part of a tattoo. But it makes such a big difference. This is where the numbing agent will be even more of help, just to get you through that tough part, you know, taking off the edge. Still here, the client did not feel anything, and this was about 20 minutes after applying the intra ink, and she could still feel nothing. Now afterwards, the numbing agent did last about another 2 hours. She didn't have a lot of feeling in that area for about another 2 hours after I finished it. So tattoo artists out there, please, I will copy the link below of BellaNumb Anesthetics. Please contact them, get yourself some bottles. It's going to make a huge difference for not only you, but your clients. It really, really works. This is the best product that I've used in a long, long time. And believe me, I've tested out quite a bunch of anesthetics the last 8 years. And this one really, really works. They are going to reformulate the pre-ink to work just a little bit better than it already does. But at the moment, I'm so happy with this product, and I will highly recommend that you getting into contact with them, get some bottles and use it. It's really worth it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Have fun!